So you like this girl but you're too shy to make a move. In this video, I'll give you proven methods on how to attract women without saying anything. These methods have been proven and tested and have been practiced since the Renaissance by some of the most skillful classical pickup artists. They're all both ingenious and some would say deceptive because it triggers our primal brain and works deep in the subconscious. Let's begin. The triangle method. Well, this isn't exactly not saying anything. You still have to talk, but not to the girl you like. Find out who her friend is, or someone she's always with in class or at work. When they're together, always approach that friend instead of her. Now, if you can totally ghost her, do it as if she doesn't exist. This will trigger her jealousy, and the tendency is she'll be attracted to you. How? People, especially women, are attracted to men they can't have. In this case, it becomes you. If you target her friend instead of her, you will make her feel a bit insecure and trigger jealousy. If her friend responds well to your actions, you will become more likable because of our next tip, which is the branding method. This is called branding method because in general, we are more influenced by brands and products that are already established in the market. In attracting women, if you surround yourself with women who are your friends and acquaintances alike, other girls will instantly see you as a desirable partner. Number 3 is mirroring. Our next tip isn't about body language. Let me tell you, this can be one of the most powerful attraction tool in your arsenal, especially nowadays that all our wants and fantasies are exposed on social media. Think of a girl you know and would like to attract. After this video, I'd like you to go to her Instagram or Facebook. Observe if there's a common underlying theme to her posts. For example, are her posts about travel pictures with quotations? Is it an insatiable desire to travel? Is it about poetry? If it's poetry and writing, what's it about? Is it about romance, nature, perhaps religion? Usually what girls post nowadays are about travel. Even though they aren't traveling, it's always about the dream of seeing the world. But underneath all that is about escapism. What I want you to do is mirror her posts. If it's a movie quote that she's posted, post another one from the same movie. Make sure to tag her if you can. Now this is where it gets really effective. If you're both in the same class, I want you to talk about the things she's posted online with a friend. Make sure she can overhear it within an earshot. If it's a movie quote from, let's say, Dead Poets Society, really great movie, recite that iconic line in a nonchalant way. What will happen is she will notice you and she will feel you understand her deepest desires. The fourth one is salience. Our next method is just a fancy word for playing hard to get. Now, does it really work especially when it comes to attracting women? It does actually. In one study, researchers found out that women are more attractive to men when they aren't sure if the women are pretty or not. Women prefer decisive men, but this is the only time where your indecisiveness makes you 10 times more attractive. How exactly does this happen? When the girl you like knows that you don't like her, well, what do you know? She gives back the favor. When she knows you like her, you become a bit more desirable to her. But when she knows you aren't sure if you find her likable, she becomes more attracted to you. Why? Because what happens is she begins to think more of you. And when we think of something, we begin to place more importance to it. Hence, you become more desirable. She'll be like, why is he not sure if I'm attractive or not? Is there something wrong with me? If so, then what is it? If there isn't, then why doesn't he like me? Do you see where I'm going here? Remember the first method, the triangle method? So you might be thinking, how can I apply this? Well, simple, yet it's quite tricky. Find a way where she would overhear you talking about how you see her as an average. Number 5 is the power of red. This one borders fashion, but I guarantee you it's the simplest and maybe the only fashion tip you will ever need. This is the easiest, yet one of the most effective tips to attracting women without literally saying a word. The color red has been regarded as the most powerful color even in the animal kingdom. In one study, researchers found out that men become more desirable to women when they wear red. It doesn't have to be a red shirt. Even a red tie or a red accent in your clothing could do the trick. It's because red signifies power, so in attraction, it connotes dominance. The last one is putting it all together. You can't just not really say anything. All of what's listed here, especially methods 1 to 4, are the preparation stage. When you want a girl, you can't just walk straight to her and confess. That's a big mistake. I've often heard guys say, well, at least now you know she's not into you, and now you can move on. Yeah, that's because you screwed up big time. Even if the girl is already interested in you, if you come in too hard, she will feel defensive. And what happens when a girl becomes defensive? Her logical brain steps in, and 99% of the time, its function is to protect her from all possible predators. Most likely you're not one, but she will think you are because you're too forthcoming. And most especially, there's no mystery. The first 4 tips are all about building up mystery. The only time you're allowed to be forthcoming is when you've already built up mystery and tension. When you are in doubt if she likes you or not, the best way you can do is to be indirect. When you've repeatedly done the first 3 steps and you kick it up a notch by making her know you're not sure if you find her attractive, that's when the tension is at its highest. And that's when you go for the final blow. You confess.